Welcome back to the Abundant Harvest Homestead. I am Papa Pepper, and we got some snake stuff going on here like I've never seen for multiple reasons. I've got one snake in my hand right now. I will show you it in a minute. I have my glasses on because this species of snake has bit me in the face before. Not this individual, but this species. I'd rather avoid that if I can. Ah, he just got me in the face. Now that doesn't mean I'm just gonna set it down or not pick it up. But it means I will wear protective eyewear. Now I will say as well, I caught a brand new species of snake I'd never caught before. I actually mistook its identity at first and had to have the help of a friend to point me back in the accurate direction. And then it appears my smokehouse might be attracting venomous snakes. I will provide you with the evidence for that and let you discern what you think. So at the moment, I actually have a racer. Racers are kind of like coach whips in that they are very quick and they are very alert. This one here is absolutely amazing and it's rather thick. I'm not sure if it's gravid or what, but if you look at how thick it is before it hits that tail, I'm thinking there's a possibility it may be packed full of eggs. It's definitely a size that could be a big female. And yes, this species did bite me in the face before. Ah! Now this one has bit me, but it seems rather chill. It's an absolutely beautiful creature, and this is one of the ones that people claim chase them. I have never been chased by one myself, so I don't have any evidence of that. And in fact, this one, I saw sunning itself at the edge of the woods. When I saw it, I began to make a move, and it was gone off into the woods. But I dove into the woods after it. There was some poison ivy there, there was some greenbrier, there were thorns. I still wanted the snake, dove in the bushes, thankfully didn't get too cut up, didn't get any poison ivy, but the snake got away and it did not chase me. I chased it in the bushes, it didn't work for me. Later, I came to the same spot because I thought maybe it would come out again, and it did, and I kind of approached from a different angle, so I'm kind of hiding behind some bushes. I see it sunning itself, and I dive through the bushes and land and happen to catch it. There's a reason they call these guys racers, and they are very quick. Thankfully, for my sake, because I like doing it, I was able to catch it, and this is just an absolutely beautiful specimen. What a crazy cool creature. We definitely enjoy seeing them around, and a very interesting snake for sure. Later that same day, near the same area, I saw another one. It was smaller, I would say about half the size of this one. But the second I saw it, it took off away from me again. I hear people tell me about snakes chasing them. I've just never been chased by a snake, so I lack the evidence personally for it. If you've ever been chased by one, feel free to leave a comment. Tell us what happened. How did it happen? And for me, I'll just continue to chase them until they start chasing me, and then it'll be a lot easier for me to catch them. But absolutely beautiful racer. And now that I've shown you this one, let me show you this clip from the Smokehouse and a venomous snake. And then I will show you the highlight of this video for me personally, which is a brand new species, an absolutely stunning snake, a beautiful creature, and one that I'm very blessed to have seen. I have been loving this smokehouse. I actually did an experiment where we smoked some gar for the first time ever. That is super tasty, but gar is also very chewy, especially if you're butchering them right. Oh, crazy fish. Yeah, and my top target species. But this smokehouse may have had an effect on my life that I wasn't planning for, because I actually light a fire in here. I'll show you quick. I'll light a fire in here and smoke my meat. So the night before, had that going. Then we had a cooler evening and come out in the morning to this. Look at that. You may not be able to see it yet, but I saw it when I came out. I'm glad I did. And there it is. Copperhead. This is the smallest one we've seen this year. A while ago, my wife found one, and then I found one too. This one's smaller than both of those. It's a beautiful snake. It looks freshly shed, very alert. And the question I have is, did it pull up next to this building because of how warm it was inside that building? Is that an effect of having my smokehouse? Let me see if I can get a good, clear image of this guy for you. Yeah. Just like with the leaf litter on the forest floor, these blend in pretty well with these earth tones like gravel and unfinished wood. Like I said, thankfully, I got to see it first, and then actually for practice, I called my family over and said, look at this smokehouse, look at this side of the smokehouse, what problem do you see? And I had them take turns figuring out what the problem was, and some of them, you know, they'd look for a minute and be like, oh, you know, there it is, because they'd figure it out. A bit ago we were showing some friends how to find morel mushrooms in the wild, and as my children were finding them, they would say, okay, you guys might want to look around this tree, and just kind of have people practice. I'm not sure if any of you guys have saw the video of the first time I ever got bit by a venomous snake, but I was using kitchen tongs from the dollar store back when things used to cost $1. So I took little like 10-inch kitchen tongs from the dollar store and used it. Do not do that. It's best if you don't catch or kill venomous snakes, because that's when most people get bit. So this I found is cheaper than medical bills. So this is how I pick them up these days, and I just reach it underneath, pick them up, and then move them to a bucket or something. Here's a quick, simple example of how I would use these. Reach underneath there, grab a little bit of them, and then gently, I'm barely squeezing, it's just gentle. I don't want to crush. There you go. Put that in the bucket, and then bring me the lid, son. Then I'll put a lid on the bucket. I'm not trying to kill it, so this happens to have holes in it, but put that down securely. So my question for you guys is, what do you think? Did the heat from my smokehouse actually encourage that copperhead as it was passing by to pull up next to there and chill till morning? Was it that the cooler evening, it being cold-blooded, enticed it just to camp out right there? If so, both around my smokehouse, then also around the cold smoker attachment, we may wind up with periodical snakes. Don't mind snakes, And if I know where venomous ones might happen to be, that'll give me an easier opportunity to kind of locate them and remove them from the property. But I don't know. Do you guys think that the heat from the smokehouse encouraged that cold-blooded animal to chill out there? I think it's possible. I think it's even plausible, but I want to know what you guys think. Good. If you look at this one right now, it's got a good strike range of about 18 inches, and its tail periodically will be doing, yeah, a little bit of dancing too. If that was against some dry leaves, it would sound like a rattlesnake, but thankfully it's not. If it doesn't feel too threatened, I should be able to pick it up without it biting me. Yeah, there we go. What do you think, Bug?
Good.
Pretty good snake? You think you can reach underneath it and hold it gently? Yeah, so that's just an example of how big this snake is. Hey, back this way, buddy. Let's see. I'm going to lift it here.
You got a little wound. Look at my face. Right there.
Wow. Is this snake a big, dangerous snake?
Yeah?
It is?
No, not that one. No.
It's big, but not dangerous, right? And what would happen if you saw this one out in the yard? What would happen?
I'll call Pa.
You'd call Pa? And would the snake just attack you?
No.
No, it wouldn't. Beautiful snake. Yeah, I am not sure about that venomous one by the Smokehouse, but like I said, let me know what you guys think. And now for our featured presentation. This one here, when I first saw it, I thought it was a prairie king snake, Lampropeltis caligaster. And the baby speckled king snakes, which we've actually seen hatch from eggs, will look a lot like this. But it is my current belief, after talking to a friend of mine, Squatchy Herper, I showed him off because normally when a Lampropeltis caligaster, a they call them either yellow-bellied king snakes or prairie king snakes, when they get this big, they're pretty much just brown on brown. And this snake was so vibrant, I'm like, why does it still look like a baby? Why has it still got this beautiful gray and brown transition? And he's like, that kind of looks like a Great Plains rat snake. And we find so many black rat snakes that I forgot about the Great Plains rat snake just because we never encounter them. We never see them. So that's what I'm thinking this guy is. I'm gonna back up for just a moment to show you guys kind of the full size of this thing. But this is absolutely beautiful. It reminds me quite a bit of the fox snakes we had back in Wisconsin. And in fact, when my son, Monster Truck, saw it, that's what it reminded him of too, which they're related, so that makes sense. But this has gotta be one of the most beautiful snakes that you can find this size. I mean, black rat snakes start off so beautiful as little ones, but then they just kind of wind up being almost solid black. You know, racers don't have some crazy pattern like that by the time of this size. Coach whips are pretty beautiful, but compared to this, I mean, this almost reminds me of like Burmese python type, you know, pattern. Just super cool. And when we found it, one of our dogs actually had it kind of cornered, and the dog was barking at it, it was striking at the dog. Two of my daughters ran up on it and they saw it, but they didn't know what it was. So the one stood there and observed the snake to make sure it wouldn't get away. And the other one came, and what did she do? Who'd she get?
Pa?
That's right. She came and got me. And I came out, and when I saw it, I was just blown away at how beautiful the snake was. just blown away. I'm gonna see if I can get some good footage of this thing. Obviously, it's super active right now, having a hard time having it sit still, but an absolutely stunning creature. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and say this is a Great Plains rat snake and not the prairie king snake, which is what I originally thought. And now I know why I was mistaken, and that's because I forgot about the existence of this snake. It's one of the ones that we've been, you know, unable to find our entire journey down here in the Ozarks so far until just now. And since we did find it, I figured I would share it with you guys. I'll take a little bit of video of this guy on the ground and give you a better look at him kind of in a more natural environment. This one too, when we first saw it, it was vibrating its tail a lot. Which took us a minute to kind of consider what we were dealing with, because it does look similar somewhat to some species of rattlesnake. What a beautiful creature though, guys. I'm gonna try to slow it down here for a minute. Hey, come here. Look at that side. Wow. And look at that belly too. Just a very alert, very active, very cool snake. And I was happy to finally meet one in person. Like I said, the color here is absolutely amazing. So have you guys ever met a Great Plains rat snake yet? Have you ever seen anything that looks similar to it? We definitely are happy to have finally met one. That one too is a good sized bug. I'm gonna have you hold that for me for just a second. So that gives you a better idea of just how big it is. Don't put it too close to your face, son. It's a wild creature, but yeah, super beautiful. So a couple of large ones recently. We also did have some big black rat snakes, but we didn't really shoot any footage of those, so they're off in the wild around here somewhere right now. But I thought you might like that racer. Thought you'd definitely like this guy. And let us know about what you think about that smokehouse and the heat thereof, giving snakes, even venomous ones, a potential place to heat up on a cold night. Just a couple of the cool wild creatures in our area. These are snakes we really don't have to worry about. They don't pose a threat to us. The most they'd get on our homestead here is maybe an egg or something. But they wouldn't really even kill any of our animals right now. So super cool. We definitely like them. They've got a place to be in the wild. These are not pets. The more of them that are out there now, the more will be out there later. So we'll see you next time. Papa out.